let me give you easy, simplistic ways to meditate. Because you niggas pretending that you're deep, but you don't even know that. And I know it. So, as I said many times before, my father taught me how to meditate when I was 8. He was big on Eastern philosophy, had his little book game going, the Buddha, the meditative this, the lotus position nigga, and all of this, right? So he was dying to teach us. I was 8 years old. He taught me, my sister, everybody. Of course, they forgot, but one of the things he told us as a kid was think of an apple. Can you see the apple in your head? Yes. Can you feel it in your head? You know how an apple feels. And then I would imagine that I was touching this apple. And he said, bite it and eat it. I imagine I was eating the apple. So I could see it, feel it, taste it. So how does it sound when you're biting into it, cutting it? I can hear it, taste it, feel it. What am I missing? So I got taste it, smell it. Oh, smell it. So how does it smell? What does apple smell like? Yeah, I can smell it. I know what apples smell like. So what I was doing was experiencing the apple with my five senses, which actually your five senses just sends electricity to the brain. So do you need to sense it for that electricity to happen in the same places? No. You want to start experiencing simple things with your mind in detail. Two things are happening. You're starting to, the first thing is you're starting to focus your mind on one object. And what you're really doing is working on the endless chatter that your beta mind is constantly kicking out. Your mind operates when you're aware, or your conscious mind, with beta waves at a beta wave frequency. When you meditate, it slows down to an alpha wave frequency. And that shuts down the conscious mind, and the subconscious mind, which dictates your reality. It's actually taking the instruction. So as you are focusing and shutting down the chatter on something simple that you've had 100 times, touch eight, at least 100 times, even by age 8, probably 100 times, like you're starting to focus, or focus as a laser point, and your mind is a laser, and what you're trying to do is stay in that moment longer and longer without the chatter. You move to bananas, bicycles. Then you start to do things like visualize yourself in places that you've been 100 times. Your bathroom. I have a bathroom here. So in a bathroom, let's say on the main floor, which is pretty much my bathroom. So I just could see myself in my bathroom. I know the floor, I know the rug, I know the shower curtain, where where everything is, what's in the closet. So I see myself in the closet, looking at the detail. I see myself at the water. I see myself in positions that I really can't see, looking down from the ceiling, things that I physically couldn't do, but I could do it from my mind's perspective. I'm exercising my mind into going where I want to go. Ultimately, I'm practicing astral travel. All of this through your meditative practices. So you keep doing this day to day. Do you need to sit in lotus position? I found that you don't. Do you need to do any mudras or any hand gestures? I find that you don't. But if it's comfortable for you, go crazy. If it's comfortable for you, go crazy. If breathing, you definitely need to do some form of slowing down the breath and become conscious of the breath. Now, there's techniques in breath control and counting breaths. I can't count because it makes me too logical. I can zone so hard, but if I start thinking, which counting is thinking, I get it. It's counterintuitive to me. But some folks can do it. Dr. Aleem El Bey can do it well and teaches it. Dr. Aleem El Bey.com. Go check him out, see what he offers, see how he's doing things. And he's also a brother who maintain a great deal of integrity, I will say. And so worth checking out if you don't know who Dr. Aleem is. He's been putting out a lot of videos. He's one of the most knowledgeable brothers I've ever met on the planet. And if you don't know who he is, check out Dr. Aleem. He's on YouTube. Go to his website, draleemelbay.com. Not only see what he has to offer in his store, but link to his YouTube and listen to what he's saying. Very good teacher. And he teaches all the techniques for healing with breath. So that's an option. So you do what makes you do good, but you know, just to meditate, you don't have to do that. I never sit in lotus. I sit or lay and get busy. Another thing that I believe is a myth, well, I don't even have to say I believe, I know because I do it, is you need absolute quiet. What you need is something that keeps your mind on one track. So the apple, the banana keeps your mind on one track. The bathroom upstairs, it's easy to stay in that bathroom. I've been in there 100 times. Shit, as much as I shit, I've been in that motherfucker thousands of times. You understand what I'm saying? So then you go to your grandmother's house. Then you start practicing on places you may have never been. Pyramids, Eiffel Tower. And what you're now adding to your scenario is imagination. You already are visualizing things that you already know. So now you're adding imagination. And as I pointed out, imagination and visualization is the key. Now, this was always something that's happening. You should have been doing this as calisthenics, because those push-ups, now you can flex your muscle. You understand? Now it's flex time, because your mind and the power of your mind is now lined up based upon this phage lambda, or this Beetlejuice given to you by the cosmic wind or the breath of Shu, is now lit and all over the place, and it moves as bacteria.